Hey, what's going on, people? Welcome back to Football Therapy with me, your host Jan. I do hope you lot are all doing well today, man. I really do hope that. And welcome back to Chelsea News, the daily series here on Football Therapy where I consolidate everything regarding the Blues around football media and present it to you guys in a manageable package. Offer you my opinion on the stories and more importantly ask for your opinion down in the comment section below. And today we're going to be talking about a couple of things and also the Watford game. Firstly, Chelsea are being linked with a new centre-back. Ooh, centre-half defenders, they are important. Certainly for Chelsea. Pau Torres of Villarreal looks like he could be what Frank Lampard wants, as in over 6'2". We'll talk about him a little bit, although let's be real, I don't know much about him. Kai Havertz, man. The story is not going away, it's the big blockbuster, could actually be real. It is a massive hype story, man. He's one of the biggest names in world football at the moment, certainly as a young player. The head honcho of Bayer Leverkusen, Volo's pretty much said we've got an agreement with him that he can go if the price is right. Head honcho at Bayern Munich, Rumours has come out and said we can't afford him. Even if we want the player, we don't have the cash. We can't buy Kai Havertz. Chelsea have money, and it's been reported the player himself likes the idea of playing in the Premier League. It's all coming up roses for the Blues. Lots of positive stuff to talk about. Oh yeah, by the way, quick reminder, subscribe to Football Therapy. If you've not already done so, man, I upload every day. You might enjoy it, man. If you choose to sub, please do hit that bell notifications icon, and if you want to go further and help me out, please do drop a like on this video. Alright. Let's get into it. First off, let's have a moment for this shirt. Well, yes, the nightmare is true. It's real, ladies and gentlemen. Or at least it looks like it's real. The third kit of this next generation of kits. That's right, the Crystal Palace on steroids 2.0, whatever you want to call it, will be, or is looking like it will be, Chelsea's third kit. Moving forwards, dreadful scenes, drop an F in the chat for the Crystal Palace sickness kit. Just wanted to shout out that and get it out of the way. Alright, before we talk about the big blockbuster story in Kai Havertz and what people have been saying, let's talk about this. Is he Spanish? Yeah, he's Spanish. Oh Jesus. Solid reporting. Yes, the Spanish centre-back Pau Torres, who plays out for Villarreal in La Liga. Now, he's 23 years old, and most notably, he's quite tall. He's 6'2". Frank Lampard has been saying we need loads of tall players in the squad. And I thought, alright, I'll have a look at him, mate. And apparently, he'll be relatively cheap. Transfermarkt hasn't valued him at too high, even though he's got a few years left on his contract. Please see the graphic next to me here. I'm trying to get my head around why he's being linked so heavily, because he is going around all the news headlines. You know, certainly if you type in Chelsea news, go around all the usual places, you see this guy's name everywhere. Now, Villarreal are 5th in La Liga, which I suppose is a decent level. What's that, the second highest league in the world? 5th place, just off a European spot in said league. Pretty impressive, I suppose. So someone like me that watches only a little bit of La Liga and doesn't really know this player, I go and check out the stats, check out whoscored.com, check out some other comparison metrics platforms, and look at his defensive numbers, because let's be real, ladies and gentlemen, it's Chelsea's defensive numbers that are not good at the moment. In fact, it's no good. And to be honest, man, he isn't making many tackles nor interceptions at all. No! It's difficult to read into this in isolation, because what's the team doing? Are they playing in possession? Are they needing him to make loads of tackles and interceptions? Or is he just blocking off passing lanes? I need to watch like loads of footage of him to gain like a real idea of what the player is. But on the surface of it, the numbers are not really impressive. I don't want to speak a final opinion on him yet, because I don't have enough data to make said opinion, but off the bat, I know a lot of you don't like the idea of Declan Rice, but from a player who can play centre-back and DM very, very well in the Premier League, I'd feel safer buying Declan Rice. Anyway, let's move on. I'll watch the story, and as more stuff develops along the way, I'll keep you, you mate, you sitting there updated on this story. Alright, we need defenders. We're terrible at defending set pieces, but let's talk about attackers. Yeah. So Kai Havertz, I've talked about it before. I think it'd be a great signing, and certainly I've developed my opinion along the way. I think it'd be a great signing because I think he's the kind of difference maker, like Ziyech, like Werner is, to help Chelsea convert chances, dominate, impose themselves onto the opposition, make the opposition think they are no longer in the game, therefore they don't have this little bit of hope of scoring against Chelsea on the counter-attack and drawing or even beating us. We need to hammer them down with an incredible offense. That's what I'm saying. But you know, obviously, hopefully still by defenders. Anyway, Kai Havertz. I like the idea, very, very versatile. I think he'd do very well in the Premier League. Only got 1 year left at Bayern Leverkusen. They were, well, it was rumoured, it was reported, if they don't qualify for next season's Champions League, they'll have to reduce their price for them. They have not qualified for next season's Champions League. Have they reduced their price for him? I'm not so sure. By the way, the theory behind that is they'll generate funds from the Champions League. If they don't generate those funds, then they'll be needing the money more. So they'll need to have a sale regardless, rather than just, you know, putting a high price on him because they don't need to sell him. They'll suddenly need to sell him. And when you need to sell, you lower the price. Anyway, let's give you some quotes and stuff. Big Dog, head honcho Rummenigge of Bayern Munich, had this to say regarding Kai Havertz. We have a really big financial challenge ahead of us. Even if we wanted the player, we could not finance it this year. Of course, they have only just bought Leroy Sané. Big money signing for them, 50 odd million, which, you know, of course is great value for Leroy Sané, but still a lot of money for Bayern Munich. Historically, they don't splash out incredible amounts of money, so they're not going to spend like 70, 80 million pounds, euros on Kai Havertz. So I've got more positive news from Rudi Völler, the sporting director of Kai Havertz's current club, Bayer Leverkusen. Völler says this: there is nothing specific, nothing to report. As of now, he is our player. We have our ideas, we know what we can do. I personally hope that he stays 1 more year, but we have an agreement. If it works, he can go this summer. Völler is saying, yes, we love the player. No news to report at the moment, but we all know what's happening. If the money comes in, we sell the player. So hold tight, hold tight. What do we know? We know Chelsea are interested. That's been reported by reputable parties. We know the player is ready for a big move. We know Bayern Munich, the sort of potentially biggest suitors for him, cannot buy him. And we know Chelsea have money. So the pieces are falling into place. Really, it's a financial situation. If the player says to the club, yeah, I'd like to go to Chelsea, please, I would actually sign for Chelsea and they might be able to give you some money for me. So can we make this happen? Marina gets out the P's. Hopefully we can secure the player and make some outgoings and everyone's really happy. Alright man, let's talk about Watford for a little bit. Chelsea could be 6th apparently by the time we play Watford. I think so. Read that on Twitter. That's ruddy horrible, isn't it? It feels like we've been 4th for ages, and to fall out of the top 4 spot right at the end would be gutting. Regardless to all the positive work Super Frankie Lampard has done this season, it would sting. It would sting. Now, I'm not going to do a proper match preview for this because I'm just too tired and I'm stressed out with Chelsea, and I just want to talk about the game a little bit. I'll of course do a match review, but in terms of the preview, we're just going to put a pin in it and talk about it generally. I do not want to see Troy Deeney running down the pitch, flipping the bird with both hands after beating Chelsea again. No, 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 no. To be honest, he's not even the biggest concern. I'm thinking of like Doucouré, Sarr, that kid who's just an absolute flame ball. They've got the players at Watford. They're in a scrap for their lives. They can turn it on against Chelsea. And to be honest, man, we need a reaction. We've seen this season with these losses. I think Frank Lampard's had 10 losses this season. No Chelsea manager has survived 10 losses in the season without getting sacked. How about that for a statistic? But context is required, and we know generally, considering the circumstances, Frank Lampard has done a very good job. But the truth is, man, we know Chelsea are up and down, fine, but this is clutch time. This is testing moment. This is, you win this game, boys. You win it. You win the game, boys. That's it. Now, I'm not going to properly preview the game. speculating what lineup could come out at the moment is a fool's errand, to be honest, bro, because he keeps changing it. But the point being, I won't do a match review. I just say now we have to win. Anyway, I'm going to end this video here, but I hope you've enjoyed it. I've talked about a defender who I have no idea who he is. Talked about Kai Havertz, how important his transfer could be, and how both Leverkusen and Bayern Munich are making good noises regarding Chelsea's potential purchase for the player. And I've begged Chelsea to beat Watford in the Premier League this weekend. So if you've enjoyed this content, please do like the video. Remember to subscribe if you're new. I think we're about to hit 70k subs, so incredible scenes. Thank you guys for that. Remember, you can follow me on social media at FootballYannick on Instagram and Twitter. That's it from me, you lot. Enjoy the football, and I'll see you later.
You ain't so tough with that bad boy tuck. I'ma get it how I'm living, I'ma walk the walk. Outline my lines, I rap through thought. Body bag the verse, outlined in chalk. In my life seen trouble, hustle on the double. Silence on the trigger like my pick got a muzzle. Yo chick like to guzzle, bad boy stay in trouble. I only love this paper, sorry I don't. I laugh me, bitch.